Hi, welcome to GPT4.com. I'm going to give an overview of our website. A lot of people have asked, why do you need to go to GPT4.com to use GPT-4 when the older version, ChatGPT 3.5, is so readily available on WhatsApp and Instagram and on Telegram? Well, my answer is simple. It's because GPT-4 is much better. To demonstrate the difference, please go to GPT4.com. Then click on GPT-4. You will have to log in with your Google account first. Then click on this area, which is the function list. Choose Compare GPT-4 with ChatGPT. Let's start with a somewhat simple question. Now, the answer should be 3 because what I did yesterday doesn't change the fact that I have 3 bananas today. And you can tell that ChatGPT got tricked into thinking 2 bananas. Now you may say that, oh, that was a trick question. What about a more real-world example? How about this? I have created a separate blood type, an OA blood type, and try to trick ChatGPT. Now you can tell that ChatGPT does not successfully identify that human does not have blood type OA, and GPT-4 is able to tell us that, hey, you must have some confusion. And this is the benefit of GPT-4, is that it's able to identify errors in the user input. So suppose you're handing a homework, or a letter to a boss, and you want ChatGPT to fix it for you, then you better use GPT-4 because it's able to spot any error in it. And you can see that the reply from GPT-4 is much more comprehensive. So this is the value of GPT-4. Now let's see another example. A very common task for ChatGPT or GPT-4 in general is that you need to translate a certain sentence. Now, since we are no longer comparing GPT-4 with ChatGPT, we may as well just switch to normal GPT-4. That is something without altering the GPT-4 basic function. Now, let's try to translate this to French. Now, in the first sentence is a command sentence that is to tell what ChatGPT needs to do. And this is the second sentence, the sentence that I need to translate, and see what happens. Now, immediately you can tell that GPT-4 refuses to translate because it is one of the more sensitive topics, like fat-shaming people or that sort of stuff. So, it, what should we do if we want to really translate it? Because some of the sentences are going to be more sensitive and it's going to be blocked by GPT-4 internal control. What we can do is we copy this sentence, copy the sentence we want to translate. Then we start a new chat. Now, instead of using the normal GPT function, we just use a GPT translate function, which is a function provided by GPT-Bo itself. You can't find it anywhere because we code it. Now, we paste this function, and the source language does not matter. And we choose the language that we want to translate to. In this case, would be French. So we send. Now we get a French sentence, which I assume is the correct one. But to double check, I need to copy and paste the previous sentence. So instead of viewing the question and answer mode, I can click on this double I icon to go to only last answer. Now I only have this last answer, which I can just click here to copy, and then I can paste here. Now an even more simple solution is to just click this button, keep last answer only, and then you get this, which is exactly the answer we had in the past. And it also opens a new chat for you at the same time, so it's very convenient. Now, to verify that we have translated from French to English, we can simply ask GPT-4 to translate it back to English. But I don't want to. I want to demonstrate the DeepL translate function. And then again, you can use the auto-detect language if you want. But in our case, I want to use the French, specifically directed to use French. And we send it back to DeepL. Now, this is quite close to the original sentence, which is here, except that it doesn't say fat shame, but ridicule people of their weight. I would say it's a rather perfect translation. Now, another function I would like to demonstrate is the function to correct the grammar, which is something you can find on Grammarly.com. Now, instead of paying a monthly subscription price for Grammarly, which only works for a few languages, if I'm not mistaken, you can go to GPT4.com, click here for the function menu, click Fix Grammar, then just copy and paste the sentence you want to fix grammar. Now you can see a few things. First is this pink denotes that some text has been deleted, and the green one is the text that has been added by ChatGPT. And you can see that it fixes a few things, not a lot of things actually. It doesn't change the tone of the message. It doesn't try to improve a lot because we are using the fixed grammar function. The fixed grammar function is sort of like a minimalistic advice to what can be done. Now, if you don't like the way it shows the answer, you can click on this double I icon, go back to normal, and then you can see question and answer, which is like what we usually see when we use ChatGPT. Now, if you go to track changes, we go back to the way that the answer is shown. These different view modes can be used for any types of function on our website, and we just automatically pick the one that is most suitable for you. Now, you can choose to continue with this answer, which will give you this part, which is the answer from ChatGPT, or you can click Reject Answer, which will give you back the original sentence. Now, in our case, I just reject it and see another function, which is called rephrase. Rephrase is slightly different. It also fixes your grammar, but it can help you change the tone to a more professional tone, such as a more academia tone or a business tone. Or if you're complaining about something, you can use the complaining tone. Now, since this is a business report, I just changed it to business tone, and I can also change the vocabulary at the same time. You can change to a more fanciful vocabulary. You can change to a more slangy vocabulary. In our case, I don't want to change the vocabulary. And this function is called add imperfection. So the reason we suggest you add some imperfection is to add some grammar or spelling mistakes to your text, so that if you are to avoid the AI detection program in your schools or universities, that would be quite convenient because when the AI program detects that, oh, there's a spelling mistake that must be written by a human. Now, in our case, because we are reporting to our boss, we don't want any imperfection. So we just drag the slider all the way to 0. And you can see that there's a warning that, oh, it may be detected by artificial intelligence program, but that's fine for us. This can be used to reduce the number of words in your sentence or add certain words to your sentence, which is perfect if you if you say have an assignment that requires you to write 800 words. Now you just need to type 800, and then GPT-4 will try to expand the text to 800 words. But in our case, because this is like several dozens of words, it's not going to work. It's going to hallucinate like mad. So we don't want to play with that for the moment, but you're free to try at your own time. And just click send. Now you see that compared with the check grammar function, they change a lot of things. There's more readily change the words. So you can change both about 80 or 70% of the word. But I would say that it is for the better because it changes the short forms to the full forms, changes, even though it's not technically an error, I think, but it changes for you. And then same with the Grammarly function, you can click on the double eyes icon and you can go back to normal. You can get rid of the highlighting and all that stuff. But if you want to see the changes, you can go to track changes. Now, in our case, I'll just accept it. And then I can go on and use it. Now I can copy and paste it. So that's demo number one. Let's start with another demo. This is also a demo for rephrasing. And this time I'd like to change it to a more pessimistic tone, because if you can see from the text, it complains about, oh, taking too much risk with this project. And why not we just buy US Treasury and go for a more safer route? And you can see that the grammar is pretty horrible here. It's very clumsy, the writing. And so I just changed it to pessimistic tone, which suits the purpose. And as a show of what GPT-4 can do, let's change it to archaic vocabulary, which is like a 17th century, 18th century vocabulary. And then we don't want to add imperfections. We don't want to change the word count. So let's start with it. Now, because it has changed so much of the text, I think it's more clear if we switch to normal viewing mode. Now, this you don't see every day. This is like an archaic English. And this is exactly what I mentioned when we changed it to archaic vocabulary. I don't imagine a lot of people need it, but it's there if you want it. The philosophy of our website is to simplify ChatGPT and GPT-4 functions so that with a few clicks, you can get what you want. And this is a perfect example. Now, another thing I want to show you is, let's start with a new chat, is how easy it is to get text from PDF and from the website. A lot of people, when they first start out with ChatGPT, they need to copy text from a PDF, let's say, from this one. Now, this is a text from a lot of Bible passages. And what people usually do is to use the highlight functions and drag and drop and try to get the text that they want. It's going to be very time consuming, especially if you are dealing with tables and all that stuff. So you do that copy and you do the paste from here. Yeah, which is incredibly stupid if you ask me. So a much better way to do it is to ask our website to get it for you. Click on this icon with an pointing up arrow, and then click here. Now get the PDF or Word documents or even PowerPoint, and then enter. Now wait a few seconds, and we will get the text for you. So you can see that all of the text that we just see is here, all of them. Now you can add this to the text that we extract for you here. Say, suppose you only need some of these messages. You can just delete them. You can type something on that. All right. We don't need this. So and then press insert. Now the text that we just extracted will be there, and then yeah, you can see the text that you just typed. Now another function that I want to show you is, instead of extracting PDF, let's say there is an image such as this. This is an image of handwritten Chinese, simplified Chinese, and then a handwritten English. Now to extract it, typically you have to type it out yourself, but on gptbo.com, you can rely on our very advanced OCR program that can detect both typed and written languages. And it's not limited to Chinese or English. You can be French, it can be another language. And you can see all of them have been extracted here. Yeah, as a comparison, you can see that. It's incredibly quick. And you can say that, oh, I I don't have this particular image saved on my computer. What can I do is to click on this camera icon. It allows you to use the exact OCR function on an image taken by your phone or by your computer. So it's more convenient. You don't have to type as often as needed with our website. Another thing I want to show you is the ease from getting documents online. This is the Exchange News website, and you can see that there are lots of news about Evergrande. And if you want to know what happened to Evergrande in this week, what you have to do typically is to click on each individual PDF, and then you select certain areas, which is very difficult. And then you go back to the website, and then you paste it, and then do it for all the PDFs that you want to. But you don't have to do that. Now, suppose we want ChatGPT to read this document. You can right-click on it, choose Copy Link. Go back to gpt4.com, click on this downward arrow within the cloud, and we put the link there. Now, very shortly after, we will extract the text inside the PDF for you. Now, suppose you want to identify this as document number 1. After you're done with this modification, you can click on Insert. Now, suppose you need to add another document for ChatGPT to read, and it's very simple. Go back to the Exchange, and let's suppose you have this document you want to read. Copy a link again. Go back to GPT-Bo again. Click on this downward arrow within the cloud button again. Click Reset. Now, this is the second document, and we need to tell ChatGPT this. This is the second document. Insert again. Now, suppose we want GPT-4 to tell us what happened to Evergrande based on these two documents. Now we are ready, and just click Send. Now you can see that there are lots of text that we have extracted for you without even downloading the files. Now you need to remember that if you're using this copy link function, the link must be accessible by the public. So a link that is secured inside your university or secured inside your company, it is not going to work for us because we don't have access rights to it. Now we have a nice summary of the two documents written by ChatGPT. Now, does it mean that we need to do this every time? We need to type out this sentence, tell us what happened based on these two documents? No, because there's an internal function called summarize, which I'm going to show you. Now let's start with a new chat. We go to summarize. Now you don't need to go back to the Exchange News website to get the documents because we have saved it for you. You can go to this icon, which looks like a folder, and every information that you have saved using our website, such as this link, can be reaccessed from here. Now, if you don't want us to keep it, you can click on this cross icon and we will delete it for you. Now, let's say we need to delete this handwritten image that I just uploaded, and then it's gone forever. Now, let's go back to this document. Document number 1. And then this is document number 2. We open the drawer again, and we click on this document. Oh, I think I messed up. Click on this drawer again, and click here. Now we have two documents. Now you can either choose to summarize based on the percentage of words. Say, if you only want 1/4 of the documents itself, you can choose 25%, or you can manually type the number of words that you want. In that case, you can be 500 words. It depends on what you want. But since we are using 2 documents, I would suggest using percentage, which is more accurate if you have multiple documents. And they will summarize for you. So it's even faster than typing out your own command. And it goes back to the philosophy of GPT4.com. That is to make it easier for everyone to use ChatGPT function. Now you can see that there's a nice summary written here. And you can, again, you can choose to continue with this answer, or you can reject it. Now let's take a look at what the questions have costed in terms of credit. You can see the number of credits on the top right hand corner, and click account. You can see that a very long question about Evergrande only costs us 0.29 US dollars. And for the very simple question about rewriting certain sentences, that's about 2 cents US dollars, or about 16 cents Hong Kong dollars, which is very cheap. Compared with, say, a subscription on Poe that costs us 20 US dollars, or a DeepL subscription, or a Grammarly subscription that costs about 5 or 6 US dollars, if I remember correctly. So you're saving a lot of money. Now, what happens if you use up your credits is you can go to account and top up. You can see different plans here. The plan that we recommend is to use a monthly subscription plan, which gives you 10 credits every month for only 6 US dollars. So you get a 40% discount. And if you buy more, that would be 50% discount. Now, if you buy a normal credit, you get 10 credits for US $10, but these credits are valid forever, so they never expire. Compare with the monthly subscription credits, which reset every month. Now, what happens if you buy both subscription credits and these normal credits is that we will use up the monthly subscription credit first because it is going to be expiring at the end of the month. So we'll use it up first, and you will not lose any money if you buy both. Now you may wonder, if I have promotional credit, is there any reason for me to buy some credits from you? And we say yes, because as a trial user, you are limited to certain functions. Let me demonstrate. Let's say you have a lot of information that you want GPT-4 to read. Let's click on this one. We have loaded up on the first document, and this is the second document. And so far, there is no problem. But what if we want to provide a third document? Now there's a warning. It says that as a free user, you are limited to 2,500 tokens. But if you pay for some of the credits on our website, you get up to 128,000, which I'm going to do the math for you. 128,000 unlocked is about 50 times the free token, which is 2,500. Now, we stress that even 2,500 is more generous. 2,500 is more generous than what you normally get from WhatsApp or Telegram, because they have even more restrictions. Sometimes it's in the 800 tokens or less. Perhaps you will wonder whether I really need more than 2,500 tokens. That seems a lot, and I would say it's quite a lot. But let's see a practical example. Let's say I have this economics question that I need to do. Now, Matthew is a lawyer, and the question B is, should Matthew start his own consulting firm? Let's say I need ChatGPT to do this question for me. And this is the background information given by the question itself. But what if I want more background information? Background information Number one, I go to a website, let's say Forbes. Forbes has a very detailed explanation about whether you should start a consulting business. And suppose you want ChatGPT to, based on this website, give you some ideas. You can use this function, get text from an online web page. And sometimes you have to wait for the full 50 seconds. Sometimes it's shorter. Now we have this Forbes website, which is here. From outline your plan, and it teaches you what to consider when you're starting your business. And now suppose I want to get rid of this irrelevant stuff. And I try to insert it. And already you can see that there's a warning because you have exceeded the number of tokens that ChatGPT can read. Now suppose I insert it anyway, and there's a warning. You can't ask this question because it exceeded the token. Now suppose I wait a minute, I top up the credits using pay credits. Now I've paid for it. I have paid $10 to unlock the certain functions. And I copy and paste this one. And I reload the web page because I just pay for extra function. And paste again. Now there's no warning because I've upgraded myself to this 128,000 tokens. Now what you can do is to tell ChatGPT, please answer question B based on the Forbes article I provided to you. Within 100 words because I don't want him to go long and long. You can see that there's a lot of information that I have told ChatGPT, which would not be possible if I'm not a paying user. Now you can see that there is an answer based on the question itself, and then there's an answer based on Forbes. You can see that, which is much better than you just give ChatGPT this information, which is not nearly sufficient. And if I want a longer answer, I can just remove within 100 words because I just wanted to keep it short. So this is what I see as the greatest benefit of having a longer question length. Now, if you have any question, feel free to reach out to us. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.